The case of the 20-year-old girl that went for a run and wasn't seen again. The cops looked everywhere for her, but couldn't find any sign. It was a mystery in the beginning. The truth that was shown on surveillance video shocked everyone in the United States and caused a huge debate. Let's talk about Molly Tibbetts today and what happened after she went missing. She was born in San Francisco, California on May 8, 1988. Molly moved to Iowa with her mother and two brothers when she was in the second grade. Her parents got a divorce, but her dad kept in touch with his kids and was important to her. Her first choice at Iowa State University was to major in psychology after high school. She spent her free time working at the Regional Medical Center's day camp. She lived a busy life, played sports, and had lots of friends. A summer before the incident, she lived in Brooklyn, a small Iowan town. Smaller than a mile, it only has 1,400 people living in it. When everyone knows each other and the place is so quiet, it seems like nothing bad could happen. Molly was going for a run on July the 18th, 2018. At the time, she was living with her boyfriend, Dalton Jack, at the house of his brother. That night, she was home alone because her boyfriend was working in a town miles away from Brooklyn. After going for a run around 7:30 p.m., Molly sent him a picture on Snapchat. After that, Molly was meant to go to work, but she didn't. This was immediately a red flag for her boyfriend and her family. Everyone knew the girl was very responsible and never showed up to work late. On top of that, she didn't answer calls or texts. Immediately, Molly's parents called the cops and asked them to look for her. As time went on, the case got more attention across America. The loss of a young girl was a big surprise for the people of Brooklyn. The town had never seen anything like this happen before. People were positive that they were safe. They had never even locked their doors. The search was led by Molly's dad, Rob Tibbetts, who came to Brooklyn from San Francisco. He put up flyers with pictures of her on them, talked to people, and did everything he could to help the police. Right up until the very end, the parents didn't give up hope that their daughter would be found alive and well. The Federal Bureau of Investigation, the Iowa Division of Criminal Investigation, and the Poweshiek County Police Department were looking for the girl. They interviewed about 500 people and worked on more than 2,000 leads together. The search for Molly took place in many different areas of Brooklyn. Police were told at one point that Molly had been seen at a truck stop in Kearney, Missouri, which is 380 miles away from Brooklyn. This information was checked, but they couldn't find any proof. As is proper in these situations, the cops looked into the idea that her boyfriend was involved. Most of the time, this kind of crime is committed by family or friends, but not this time. Her boyfriend had a perfect alibi. He was in another city and couldn't have been in Brooklyn that night. As time went on, the search for Molly turned up nothing. A cash prize of $1,000 was offered by the Criminal Investigation Division for any information that led to the girl's safe return. The total kept going up until it hit $366,000. Even by US standards, this was a lot of money, and for the state of Iowa, it was a record award. The cops said at one point that they were only looking for Molly in a few places in Brooklyn: her boyfriend's house, a gas station, a truck stop, a car wash, and a few nearby farms. But didn't help find Molly. There were hundreds of leads that led nowhere for the cops. I did find one show to be strange, though. It was very hard for the owner of one of the pig farms where the police focused their search to get in touch with the cops. He denied having anything to do with Molly's disappearance, but he wouldn't take a polygraph test. All of these things made him seem like a good suspect, but there was no proof against him. In other words, the cops couldn't question the man or search his farm. As a result, the investigation was again at a standstill. They tried to find some link between the farmer and Molly's disappearance, but nothing came up at the time. It all changed on August the 21st. A police source told reporters a few days back that they have found a body of a young white woman. Naturally, everyone thought it was Molly right away, and they were right. On August the 21st, the police issued an official statement. Molly Tibbetts' body was found in Poweshiek County. The parents identified their daughter, and investigators immediately noticed she was missing two items she always took with her: a smartphone and a fitness bracelet. The official conclusion reached by the medical examiner was that the girl received multiple attacks from a sharpened object. Brooklynites were even more shocked by this. They were familiar with one another and couldn't comprehend the presence of such a violent criminal in their small town. The news was also reported in the media, sparking nationwide debate throughout the United States. Christian Rivera, 24, an undocumented immigrant from Mexico who had unlawfully entered the United States 7 years prior to the occurrence, was apprehended by the police just moments after the remains were discovered. He had been operating under the alias John Budd on numerous properties the entire time. A camera footage near the route Molly prompted the police to turn up at Rivera, and it was him. According to the official version, Rivera immediately confessed to what he had done as soon as they came in with questions. Molly was reportedly running alongside the road as he was traveling. According to his account, admiring the female, he continued to pass by her vehicle on multiple occasions. The surveillance cameras apparently demonstrated these movements to the police. He eventually exited the vehicle and pursued Molly in the darkness. In an attempt to win the girl's affection, he at the same time began to verbally harass her. Threatening to contact the police, Molly expressed her dissatisfaction. Rivera attacked the young lady as soon as she reached for her phone. He then dumped her body in a cornfield and fled. Already under arrest, Rivera suddenly changed his strategy and claimed that he remembered nothing of that night. It is possible that his lawyer persuaded him to withdraw his confession. Maybe his lawyer convinced him to take back his confession. Rivera was charged on August the 22nd, during the trial that started on September the 19th. He said he didn't do it. The trial lasted for 3 years as a result of the lawyers hired by Rivera's relatives. 2 lawyers worked very hard to either prove the person's innocence or get him the least severe punishment. A lot of people watched the trial. The crime happened when Donald Trump was president. You probably already know that Trump wants to make immigration laws, especially for Mexico, so it got a lot of media attention. The Trump administration took advantage of the crime committed by Rivera. They said that what happened to Molly Tibbetts shows why Trump's changes are needed. The girl's dad said it was wrong to involve his daughter in political debate, but his call was ignored. This was a story about a girl that became well known all over the country because of the immigration laws. It's hard to disagree that illegal migrants can be dangerous, especially when a case like this happens right in front of us. The criminal trial took longer because of COVID-19. The main part of the hearings started on May 17, 2021. Rivera kept saying he didn't do it, but he had no hope of winning. The court decided on May the 28th that he is guilty of first-degree murder. Rivera got the harshest punishment in Iowa, life in prison with no chance of ever getting out. Putting politics aside, Molly Tibbetts' story reminds us of a sad truth. Anyone can face danger when they least expect it, and none of us are completely safe. Stay alert, look after yourself, and thanks for watching.